take a look at our native personalization functions. We're going to start off by going into the segment store, which I've selected here. And this is an example of our integration with the Twilio Segment CDP offering. You can see we've connected it to our front end right here. And again, it's as simple as providing our keys and tokens. We're then going to also make sure we've connected it to the back end to make sure we get all those signals from orders and other events that are being fired on the back end from ElasticPath. And once we've done that, we'll now be ready to start to personalize based off of the additional information that connecting to a CDP can offer. This gives us the ability to access things like segment traits that are calculated on a customer, or to leverage profiles that are then divided into segments, and we can then serve up content appropriate for each of those segments. So let's take a look at a website page. Let's take a look at a page that we had before we added some of the personalization. So as we go into here, looks like what we saw previously in our content section. We're going to create a page. It's going to have different sections here. So we've got a banner and we've got some text in here and a background image and other items. But we can start to personalize this if we like. And so if we go to the homepage that's active right now, we'll see here it looks a little different. What we're going to see here is we actually have 3 different options that we may serve up to a shopper as they visit the site. Our banner is now of either this personalized option or a different form of personalization or just the default. And we have conditions that we're leveraging here. So if I go ahead and click into this area, we've turned on the conditional content and we've made a selection from our list of choices here to use the segment, audience, or trait. Again, in addition to these items, we can select from URL query parameters. We can look at different visit from states of whether they visited certain pages or came to the site previously or a certain number of times. Have they submitted a form? Is there any of the contact information we want to key in on to then serve up a personalized experience? And again, this list could be expanded to support integrations with other systems beyond just Segment or the data that we collect natively in the front end here. So in this case, we said the segment trait LTV, our lifetime value, is greater than or equal to, and we serve up 100 here. We then create a message, and we're using these phrases to indicate that we're going to either reference a property on the contact record, in this case, first name, or if that's null, it will serve up just a hey, and then it's going to tell you you've earned VIP status, you'll receive a special gift with your next order. If we don't have a contact and they haven't triggered the LTV value, then we'll just say, hey, Paul, thanks for being a customer. And finally, if we don't know who you are, there is no contact, then let's just welcome generically to the demo store and tell them they're going to get free shipping on orders over $50. So once I set all this up, I can preview. In this instance of the browser, I actually am logged in as a customer, Paul, and it says you've earned VIP status, Paul. You're getting that personalized message there. I can see what this looks like too on the back end within Segment. We know this because we've connected both ElasticPath Commerce Cloud on the backend storefront and the front end studio. That is then populating different profiles, and the profile I'm logged into is Demo232. And again, here we can see that the name is Paul Shopper, and we can see which audiences Paul is part of, and we can see which events have been triggered as we've been shopping on the page. And again, any other identities, it's all available to see here. We can also, in our homepage, we've added a little widget here that just makes it a little easier for customers to see what's going on too. So when we enable this widget, we can then see, in this case, there's no events, but if Paul starts shopping, we'll just close our look here. Paul starts shopping, he visits a product. We'll see, okay, it registers that product view. Paul adds to cart, we register the cart viewed. So again, this will just continue to build out and send each of these events over to Segment, where it can be processed into those traits and segmented into different audiences to then serve up those personalization characteristics.